I'll start off with some background. I attended a public high school in the US for context, for less than a school year to finish my basic education. Before that, I was homeschooled and living in a car, basically on the beach with my mom. I was put in foster care for a lot of reasons, so it was a lot changed for me at the time. The last time I was in an actual school setting, I was 12 years old, so it was all very, very new. So I had never been approached by a military recruiter before or dealt with them. So Sergeant Nincompoop, that's what I'll call him, came to my English class to try to brainwash the kiddos and make them think that the US military is fantastic. You get to travel the world. You get financial independence and tons and tons and tons of benefit. He was spewing this bullcrap that I wasn't really listening to, but that I found fascinating because I had never witnessed such a spectacle. Sometime during his spiel, we had to fill out a form. I remember answering honestly. I believe I had said I don't have any interest in joining any faction of the military. But I did leave my real number when they asked for it, thinking that it had never been actually called. I don't recall detailing my life plans or anything. On the form, I don't exactly recall leaving my number, but since he called my number afterwards, I'm guessing I did put it on the form. I was respectful during the lecture, but never had expressed any interest in joining the military, because I don't agree with a lot of what the US military did do and does abroad. I got a call from Nincompoop after I graduated, and I told him that I wasn't interested in joining the military, believing that he wouldn't call me again. He had said something about keeping my options open to the military, but I thought that was the last of it. I didn't think to block the number because I didn't think it would become an issue. One day, about a week later or so, my boyfriend and I just having a nice day out at our local Chinatown, looking at earthenware jars of bean paste and wondering how a shop that smells of mothballs and exclusively sells 1980s baby clothes in mint condition, yet has no one inside, stays open in it, day and age. I get a call. I had no idea who it was from. Sergeant Nincompoop was not in my contacts, Hoffa. So out of not knowing, I picked it up. He's drilling me about what I'm doing after high school, and I tell him I'm looking for a non-military job to help me get on my feet. At the time, I had just moved in with my boyfriend. So Nincompoop asks what that would be. I tell him, I don't know, maybe Starbucks or anything. At the time, I was just trying to get any job, just as most teenagers would who have no work experience. Nincompoop then goes on an A-level rant that starts with asking me if I really want to waste my entire life working at Starbucks. And I said, I don't know, probably not. Of course, the answer is no, but what do you expect an 18-year-old girl to say to a 30-year-old man yelling at her over the phone? Yes, a first job is a logical, lifelong career choice unless you join the military. So he's then aggressively asking where I'll be in 5 years. And I tell him, I don't really know for sure. He's getting all antsy because I'm not telling him my life plans, and he's explaining how the military can essentially set a plan for my life. This goes on and on. My boyfriend is there the whole time and was as entertained as I was. I told him I have no interest in joining the military repeatedly, that I'm not interested in the fact that they can pay for college, and I'm not joining the military no matter what. So this man tells me how I'm wasting my life for not joining the military at 18 and how that I'm setting myself for failure and working at Starbucks for my entire life, and then angrily hangs up the phone, not without his last quip stating that I'm wasting my opportunity. My boyfriend and I laughed about it afterwards, called him a loser, and we talked about how much of a deranged douche he was on the phone whilst eating Chinese candy. Also, military recruiters are something else. They've also literally tried to recruit me whilst I'm at work before, but no one has been as rude or as belligerent as that one guy from when I was 18.